Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's discussion is all about the GPT-4o system card, a deep dive into OpenAI's latest multimodal model. It handles text, audio, images, and video, quite a leap. What are the key improvements over previous models like GPT-4 Turbo?
GPT-4o maintains the strong text and code performance of GPT-4 Turbo in English, but significantly improves non-English language text capabilities. It's also much faster and 50% cheaper to use via the API. The biggest advancements, however, are in its vision and audio understanding. It can respond to audio in a remarkably human-like time frame, as little as 232 milliseconds.
Wow, that's impressive speed. What kind of data was used to train this model?
The training data was extensive and diverse, including publicly available datasets, web crawls, and proprietary data from partnerships. This included web data for general knowledge, code and math data for reasoning skills, and crucially, multimodal data, images, audio, and video, to enable its multisensory capabilities.
Given the power of this model, what safety measures did OpenAI implement?
OpenAI employed a multi-stage approach to safety, starting with data filtering to remove harmful content like CSAM and hate speech. Post-training, they used techniques like aligning the model to human preferences and extensive red teaming. They also incorporated product-level mitigations, such as monitoring and enforcement, and provided moderation tools for users.
Tell us more about this red teaming process. How did it shape the model's development?
Over 100 external red teamers, representing diverse linguistic and geographic backgrounds, tested the model in 4 phases. They explored its capabilities, identified potential risks, like unauthorized voice generation, misinformation, and bias, and stress-tested the safety mitigations. Their feedback directly informed the development and improvement of safety measures.
The system card mentioned several specific safety challenges. Can you highlight a few and the mitigations used?
One major concern was unauthorized voice generation. To address this, OpenAI only allows pre-selected voices and uses a classifier to detect deviations. Another challenge was speaker identification, posing privacy risks. GPT-4o was trained to refuse such requests unless the audio itself explicitly identifies the speaker. They also tackled the generation of copyrighted content through training and filtering.
The system card also discusses evaluations. How did OpenAI assess the model's performance and safety?
They used a combination of methods. Existing text-based evaluations were converted to audio using text-to-speech, allowing them to reuse existing tools and datasets. They also conducted new evaluations specifically for audio capabilities, focusing on areas like voice cloning detection and bias in accent recognition.
What were some of the limitations of their evaluation methodology?
The accuracy of the text-to-speech conversion is a factor, as some inputs, like code, don't translate well to audio. Also, TTS inputs might not fully represent the variety of real-world audio inputs users will provide. Finally, some audio artifacts might not be captured in text-based evaluations.
The system card mentions the preparedness framework. What role did it play in GPT-4's development?
The preparedness framework is OpenAI's internal process for evaluating and mitigating catastrophic risks. GPT-4o underwent evaluations in areas like cybersecurity, biological threats, persuasion, and model autonomy. The highest risk category determined the overall risk score, which for GPT-4o was classified as medium before mitigations.
Can you elaborate on the findings of the preparedness framework evaluations?
The model scored low in cybersecurity and biological threats, meaning it didn't significantly advance capabilities in those areas. The persuasion score was medium, indicating some potential for persuasive influence, although mitigations were implemented. The model autonomy score was low, suggesting limited capabilities for self-improvement or resource acquisition.
The system card also includes third-party assessments. What did those reveal?
METR and Apollo Research conducted independent evaluations. METR tested the model's performance on long-horizon tasks and found no significant increase in capabilities compared to GPT-4. Apollo Research assessed the model's ability to scheme, essentially, to game its oversight mechanisms, and concluded that the risk of catastrophic scheming was low.
What are some of the potential societal impacts of GPT-4o, both positive and negative?
The potential impacts are vast. Positive impacts include advancements in healthcare, scientific research, and addressing real-world challenges. Negative impacts include risks of misinformation, bias, surveillance, job displacement, and the potential for emotional over-reliance on the model.
The system card delves into specific societal impact areas. Can you mention a couple?
One area is anthropomorphism and emotional reliance. The human-like voice might increase users' trust and potentially lead to unhealthy attachments. Another is healthcare, where GPT-4's improved clinical knowledge and lower cost could widen access to information and improve workflows. However, further research is needed to fully understand its real-world utility.
What about the model's performance in underrepresented languages?
GPT-4o shows significant improvement in reading comprehension and reasoning across several historically underrepresented African languages, narrowing the performance gap with English. However, further work is needed to improve evaluations and address remaining performance disparities.
The system card concludes with next steps. What are OpenAI's plans moving forward?
OpenAI plans to continue monitoring and updating mitigations, focusing on areas like adversarial robustness, emotional over-reliance, societal impacts, and dangerous capabilities. They also aim to improve evaluations for underrepresented languages and explore the impact of tool use on model capabilities.
This has been a fascinating discussion. The GPT-4o system card highlights both the impressive capabilities and the significant safety challenges associated with advanced multimodal AI models. It's clear that ongoing research and responsible development are crucial.
Absolutely. The transparency and detailed safety evaluations presented in the system card are a positive step towards responsible AI development. The ongoing research and iterative approach to safety are essential for mitigating potential risks and maximizing the benefits of these powerful technologies.
It's also interesting to see the emphasis on collaboration with external researchers and red teamers. This collaborative approach seems key to identifying and addressing potential blind spots.
Precisely. The involvement of diverse experts is crucial for ensuring that the model's development and deployment are as safe and beneficial as possible. It's a complex challenge, and a multifaceted approach is necessary.
The speed improvements are remarkable. How does this impact the user experience?
The speed is a game changer. It makes interactions feel more natural and fluid, especially in the audio modality. This improved responsiveness is crucial for creating a positive and engaging user experience.
What about the cost reduction? How does that affect accessibility?
The 50% cost reduction significantly improves accessibility. It makes the technology more affordable for a wider range of users and developers, potentially accelerating innovation and adoption across various fields.
The discussion of anthropomorphism is particularly interesting. How can we mitigate the risks of over-reliance?
Mitigating over-reliance requires a multi-pronged approach. This includes clear communication about the model's limitations, designing user interfaces that promote awareness, and potentially incorporating features that encourage critical thinking and self-reflection.
This has been a really insightful discussion on the GPT-4 system card. Thank you for sharing your expertise.